Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have a Dell Inspiron 15, the 3511 series computer. I'll show you how to get inside, access your memory. So first thing, power down your computer the correct way. Make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip the computer over to access our bottom case screws. After taking out all the screws shown here, you're going to take a small, flat, preferably plastic pry tool. I say plastic because that's going to scratch your case a lot less than a metal one will. And you're going to go around the seam of the bottom case and pry it off from your computer. Now, don't put your pry tool too far in. You could damage some internal components. Just keep it on the edge. We like using a very thick guitar pick like you can find in most computer repair kits. Go slow but firm, and if you get stuck in a spot, leave it, go to the other direction, and start in the other direction. And it's usually best to start up here near one of these two corners. After you get your bottom case off, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. Now, as a general computer repair side note, whenever I'm working on a laptop in my shop, it's sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like help with any tools or supplies for your computer project, there will be a link below in the description. It'll be a list of all the tools and supplies that I use in my shop. And also, as we go through this computer to repair various components, I will have another link below in the description. It'll be a list to all the upgrade and replacement parts for this specific model computer. Now, before I touch anything inside a computer, I always make sure to remove or at least unplug my battery. A computer is safest to work on when as little power as possible is running through it. So your battery is right down here near the right bottom of my screen. You can see the screws by the M2 and the little white triangle or arrow. That shows you a battery screw. So you have one in the corner here, one down here, and one over here. So we have a couple things on this battery. You have your hard drive ribbon cable here. So to be safe, you would unhook this from the motherboard. These type of ribbon cable clips are very fragile. You have the white port, the black clip, and the ribbon cable goes underneath that black clip. That black clip is what secures the ribbon cable down. It opens kind of like a book cover. It opens from the bottom here. The hinges are on the top. So the way you would operate that is you would take a small, very, very flat pry tool, slide it carefully underneath this black clip from the bottom, and then pop that up a little bit, again, like a book cover, so that it releases the ribbon cable. If you break that black clip, you most likely will not be able to find a replacement, which means the ribbon cable will no longer be able to secure into that. So be very careful not to break it. To unplug the battery from here, you would just use your fingernails or a pry tool on either side of that plug and pull it down, wiggle it down out of that port. We try not to pull on the wires or cables if at all possible in a computer. We just try to pull on the plug. Okay, so now that the battery has been dealt with, we can proceed into the computer. Okay, so you have two RAM stick ports right here, side by side. This computer takes DDR4 RAM. This RAM was PC4-3200AA. I will have that information below in the description if you're looking for your own replacements or upgrades. But below in the description, in that link I told you about with the replacement and upgrade parts, I'll try to have some replacement RAM options there as well. I'll try to have an 8 gigabyte stick as well as a 2-stick 16 gigabyte set if you're looking to replace both sticks of RAM. From what I found on this computer, it maxes out at 16 gigabytes of RAM. So I wouldn't try putting in larger sticks of RAM. It's kind of unfortunate that that's its max RAM. If you find that you upgrade this to a higher RAM amount and the computer sees it and uses it, please let me know. But what I found in this computer was not that. I found that it maxed out at 16, although that's kind of annoying. The way that RAM works, you see a spring-loaded metal arm on either side. To get the RAM out, you would gently pry those apart away from the RAM stick. The RAM will then release, and oftentimes it'll even pop up a little bit. You can grab it right in the middle and slide it out of this port. To get RAM back in, you would slide the RAM back into this port, and you'll notice there's a long section and a short section. So you can't put the RAM in upside down. You can only get it in the correct way. And when it's flush and even, and this gold part is nice and even all the way across, you just press down in the center here. These metal arms will snap onto it and hold it in place. And as a last thing to mention about a RAM replacement or upgrade, I always tell people that you're better off maxing out your RAM and upgrading your solid state drive whenever you can in a computer. They're the easiest and cheapest ways to increase your computer's performance and speed. So just make sure, if nothing else, make sure you have the full 16 gigabytes here, and even consider upgrading your solid state drive, or consider upgrading your hard drive to a solid state drive. There will be a video link below in the description. It'll go into more in depth on how to upgrade your solid state drive, your hard drive, your storage. I'll also include it as the end video once this video is done. But that was this video, how to get in your computer, access your memory. Thanks again so much for watching. Please remember to like and share if this helped you out, if you think it can help someone else out. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoy DIY computer content like this, or if you just want to keep me on hand to answer any of your future computer questions. I do try to answer all questions throughout my channel at least a couple times a day. Also, feel free to check out the related links section below in the description. From time to time, I do try to add things in there that I think will help you with your general computer life, make it more productive, more enjoyable. So thanks again for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.